IMEC project, India and UAE to work on India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor protocols. The India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, (MEC) project marks a significant milestone in the economic cooperation between India, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and other key countries. The project is part of an initiative called the Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment. The IMEC connects India, the UAE, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Israel to Europe and the US through trade and exports, with European ports serving as the final destination. As per recent news reports, senior officials from the UAE and India, of the joint secretary level, will meet next month to start work on the first phase of the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, MEC. The officials are slated to meet on May 15, 2024. The meeting, which was previously scheduled for April 25 in UAE, had to be postponed due to prior commitments on both sides, the report added. As per news reports, the IMEC will also be discussed when U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan pays a visit to India for the Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technologies, IC, meeting with his Indian counterpart Ajit Doval later this month, April 2024. This report provides an in-depth analysis of the IMEC project, its historical context, overview of IMEC, key components of IMEC, current progress of the project, and potential socio-economic impacts, which include India's growth story, impact on trade and business, and impact on the import-export industry with a particular focus on India. An earlier video available in this channel gives more details regarding the particulars of IMEC project. Viewers interested in knowing those details may find a link to that video by clicking the icon found at the top right-hand corner of your screen or within the playlist available at the end of this video. Details for this video has been gathered from various news reports of April 12, 2024 and April 11, 2024. Hi friend. Welcome back to SciTech Buzz 1 channel. We wish to sincerely thank all the new subscribers of this channel. We have observed that 97% of our viewers haven't subscribed to our channel. If you haven't as yet subscribed, kindly consider doing so, after watching this video, since it would encourage us to do more. Watch this interesting video until the end so that you will not miss out on all the details. Historical context. The concept of the IMEC project emerged during the annual G20 summit at New Delhi in September 2023, involving world leaders such as US President Joe Biden, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. The project is part of the broader Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment initiative, aiming to foster closer economic ties and facilitate trade between regions. Overview of IMEC. The IMEC project aims to establish an economic corridor connecting India, the UAE, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Israel, Europe, and the United States through trade and merchandise exports. This ambitious initiative received a significant boost when Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan signed an intergovernmental framework agreement on February 14, 2024. Key components of IMEC. 1. Intergovernmental Framework Agreement. The signing of the Intergovernmental Framework Agreement on February 14, 2024 laid the foundation for the IMEC project, highlighting the strong commitment of India and the UAE to enhance economic cooperation. 2. First Stage Protocols. Following the agreement, both countries initiated discussions to establish protocols for the initial stage of IMEC. These protocols will streamline the movement of consignments and ensure efficient clearance processes. 3. Virtual Trade Corridors. A crucial aspect of the project is the establishment of virtual trade corridors. Representatives from trade, shipping, and commerce ministries are defining protocols to ensure that goods containers remain sealed from the Indian port of Mundra to their final destinations in Europe or America, reducing unnecessary handling and enhancing efficiency. 4. Bilateral Trade Boost. IMEC aims not only to strengthen India's connectivity with Europe via the Middle East but also to increase bilateral trade with the UAE, which currently stands at $85 billion and continues to grow. 5. Route and Integration. IMEC, a shipping and rail transportation corridor, contains two separate corridors, one, the Eastern Corridor in the east connecting India to the Gulf, and a northern corridor connecting the Arabian Gulf with Europe. The IMEC involves transporting containers via sea/shipping from India to UAE, then from UAE via rail through Saudi Arabia and Jordan to the Haifa port in Israel. From there these goods will be transported via sea/shipping to southern European ports such as Naples and Marseilles. This integration of markets promises economic benefits for all stakeholders involved. 6. U.S. support. The IMEC enjoys full support from the Biden administration, recognizing its strategic importance in global trade and fostering closer ties between India, the Middle East, and Europe. Project progress. The IMEC project has made significant progress since its inception, with key milestones achieved. 1. Framework Agreement signing. The signing of the Intergovernmental Framework Agreement between India and the UAE laid the foundation for the project's implementation. 2. Initiation of protocols. Discussions and negotiations to establish protocols for the first stage of IMEC have commenced, with a focus on streamlining trade processes and ensuring efficient clearance of consignments. A meeting to establish protocols for the first stage is scheduled to take place on May 15, 2024. The meeting will have representatives from trade, shipping, and commerce ministries from the two countries, the report said. 3. Stakeholder engagement. Representatives from trade, shipping, and commerce ministries have been actively involved in defining protocols and ensuring smooth coordination between participating countries. 4. U.S. support and global recognition. The IMEC project has garnered support from the Biden administration and received recognition as a strategically important initiative in global trade. 5. Upcoming meetings and negotiations. Further discussions and negotiations are scheduled to take place, with a focus on finalizing protocols and addressing any challenges or barriers to implementation. Likely trade boost for India. India's Commerce and Industry Minister, Piyush Goyal, said in September 2023 that Indian spices and spice products are likely to be the first commercial products to pass through IMEC. Untapped trade opportunities between India and the Middle East, North Africa and Turkey could be worth more than $112 billion, research published in February has found. An HSBC report, which analyses data from the UN/WTO International Trade Center, estimates that there is a $61 billion export gap for Indian companies in the key markets of the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Qatar and Turkey. Untapped exports in the opposite direction could be worth a further $51 billion. Much of this amount could come from trade with India's Tier 2 cities, those with populations below 5 million. These include Chandigarh, Coimbatore, Kochi, Jaipur, Nagpur, Mysore and Trivandrum. Socioeconomic impacts. India's growth story. Enhanced trade connectivity. The IMEC project will significantly enhance India's trade connectivity with key regions such as the Middle East, Europe, and the United States. Improved access to these markets will stimulate economic growth and diversify India's export destinations. Job creation. The establishment of virtual trade corridors and the expansion of bilateral trade with the UAE will create employment opportunities in sectors such as logistics, transportation, and manufacturing. This influx of employment opportunities will contribute to India's socio-economic development. Boost to small and medium enterprises, SMEs. The IMEC project presents lucrative opportunities for Indian SMEs to expand their presence in international markets. With streamlined trade processes and access to new markets, SMEs can thrive and contribute significantly to India's export sector. Impact on international trade and business. Facilitated trade flows. By establishing efficient trade routes and protocols, the IMEC project will facilitate smoother trade flows between India, the UAE, and Europe. This streamlined process will reduce trade barriers and promote greater business engagement across borders. Diversification of trade partnerships. The IMEC project encourages diversification of trade partnerships for India, reducing reliance on traditional markets and exploring new avenues for trade and investment. This diversification strategy enhances India's resilience to global economic fluctuations. Impact on import-export industry. Increased export opportunities. The IMEC project opens up new export opportunities for Indian businesses, particularly in sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, and technology. Access to markets in the Middle East and Europe will enable Indian exporters to expand their customer base and boost export revenues. Efficient supply chain management. The establishment of virtual trade corridors ensures efficient supply chain management, reducing transit times and costs for importers and exporters. This efficiency improvement enhances the competitiveness of Indian products in global markets. Conclusion. The India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor (IMEC) project represents a significant step towards enhancing economic cooperation and trade connectivity between India, the UAE, and other participating countries. By fostering closer ties and streamlining trade processes, IMEC promises to stimulate economic growth, create employment opportunities, and diversify India's trade partnerships. As the project progresses, it is expected to play a pivotal role in India's growth story, contributing to the country's emergence as a global economic powerhouse. Stay tuned for further developments on these projects. Do let us know your thoughts on the subject in the comments section. My friend, if you have found any value in this video, then kindly click on like button as an encouragement to create better quality content. Please share this video amongst your family members, friends, and in your social media network so that this information might benefit others. Don't forget to subscribe to SciTech Buzz 1 channel so that you will not miss out on any of our forthcoming videos. Thank you.